Good morning! I am really excited because today we are doing another bridal makeup trial, but today I'm actually gonna go try on wedding dresses. So as you can tell, I'm kind of speechless. It's kind of early right now, it's about 8:30, which is why this lighting looks a little bit different than my usual videos, but I thought that we could just chat while we get ready together. I don't think I'm gonna deviate too much from my other routine. If you guys watched my Get Ready With Me for Hot Ones video, it's essentially going to be somewhat the same process, but I am tweaking a few things here and there. What never changes though is the brow routine, so I'm going in with the Rare brow gel. I always do the brows first. While that sits for a bit, I'm going to switch up the primer. I'm going to use the One Size Oil Sucker Extreme Mattifying Alkaline Primer. I have only tried this one other time. Apparently you're supposed to use a small amount and just dab it in the areas where you get the oiliest. For me, that is my T-zone, so I'm concentrating it on my nose, my upper lip, the chin, and then the forehead area. This has very specific instructions to dab and not rub, and you're also supposed to let this sit for at least 3 minutes before you apply anything else on top of it. In my other video, I did use a more hydrating and bronzing primer, and while I still kind of want to use it here, I definitely have to figure out what to do in the T-zone area because that gets the oiliest. As discussed, Makeup Revolution bronzing drops for the cheeks. This will be my first time using two different primers underneath foundation, so we're gonna see how this looks by the end of the day. Since I have oily combo skin, it's just really annoying having to lock down a base routine that's going to withstand a whole day and also photography and also dancing and sweating. Usually when I have super mattifying primers on underneath, that kind of makes my face produce more oil. And sometimes when I put hydrating primers underneath, that's what kind of keeps the oils at bay because my skin is moisturized. But with the Oil Sucker Primer, I did use it, again, like I said, one other time, and it did look good by the end of the night, so I'm trying it in this video. For foundation, you guys already know the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I am 99% sure I'm gonna be using this on my wedding day. And also talking to one of my friends who is another bride-to-be, she is getting her makeup done for her wedding, and she straight up told me that it's just not worth the money. It's so expensive, and they really don't do anything that differently. At least the makeup artist that she used, she straight up told me that if you can handle doing your makeup on your own wedding day, that you should just do that. So now more so leaning towards doing my face on my wedding day. All right, this first layer is pretty much blended in. I am gonna do a second layer. Contrary to what people might think, I am doing a little thin second layer on the T-zone because then the oils have another layer that they're gonna need to penetrate before they break through. This is again along the lines of the idea that you need to put more makeup on if you want your makeup to look good and last. All right, gonna do my first layer of setting spray. You guys already know, Benefit Professional. I really want to try and deviate from her, but I don't think that I should because I just don't have another setting spray like her where she just layers beautifully, because the main thing that I'm gonna do on my wedding day is layer my setting sprays. It doesn't feel tight, it doesn't feel dry. You know how some setting sprays kind of leave a film on your face? While that is good for specific instances, I don't think it's necessarily the best for layering because I don't want the rest of the base to start pilling when I start adding and stippling and blending other things out. Speaking of stippling, I think I'm gonna keep the concealer and under eye routine pretty much the same. So I'm doing the Sigma color corrector. This is in the shade light medium. I'm probably gonna have to get a new one before the wedding because this is beat up. Also worth noting that I did prep my skin before. So this morning I did an exfoliating toner. I used the Pixie Glow Tonic. For serum, I used the Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum, and for moisturizer, I used the Tatcha one, and I used the water cream from Tatcha. I did skip my SPF, which shocking, I know, but I did see some comments from professional makeup artists over on Threads that they usually skip SPF on wedding days just because of the potential of flashback, because there is a lot of flash photography. And I do think that's more with mineral sunscreens. I'm sure you can get away with the chemical SPF if anything, but I just don't want to take any chances. I can wear SPF 364 days of the year. This is the one day that I can skip it. Again, we're gonna do another layer of the Benefit Professional. I'm not gonna let it fully dry while it's still damp. I'm gonna start blending. Also a little vulnerability moment, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm excited to go wedding dress shopping, but I'm also feeling a little bit guilty, I think. There's currently a lot of stuff happening with my family right now. I'm not gonna get into specifics because I want to protect the privacy of my family, but just know that it's a very sad and tumultuous time, and I feel a little weird to be on this roller coaster of constantly being sad and then having happy moments of planning the wedding and going dress shopping and just trying to function like normal. But overall, I think today will be fun. I'm hoping. I'm doing a slight nose contour right now with the Rare Beauty stick, and this is the part that intimidates me the most. I'm definitely gonna have to practice this before the wedding day. I think that looks okay. I normally don't contour my nose. Added a little bit more of the cream contour. This is technically a cream bronzer, but this is so cool toned looking on me that I'm just counting it as a contour. Gonna do a little bit of shaping against the nose contour to kind of even out the edges. And just kind of stamping that in. I'm not rubbing. But back to me being a sad bee, it's just been really interesting trying to navigate this whole phase of life that I'm in. I don't know if I'll ever share what happened because I don't think that's my story to tell necessarily, but just know that I'm currently going through it. You guys know I've never been shy about talking about things that are affecting me. Oh my god, I think I hit pan on this blush. Sorry, anyways. Yesterday I saw some people that I hadn't seen in a while, and they follow me on social media, so they kind of know what's happening in my life, and one of them was like, oh my god, your life is so, it looks like it's going so well, and I was like, no, it's really not. And she's like, yeah, it is, like, you're planning your wedding, you're doing all your stuff, and I'm like, yeah, and it's also the most, like, emotionally draining time that I've ever had in my life. So that just goes to show what social media can portray, and I feel like I'm a very open and honest person about the struggle that I go through when it pertains to my mental health. But I think that just made me realize that that is not often seen by everyone who follows me. It's people who keep up with me and happen to be invested in that journey of my life. But that was really interesting. So let this be a reminder that everything that anyone posts, everything that I even post online is curated. It's a highlight reel. I don't even go into the specifics of a lot of things. Anyways, vulnerable moment aside, I'm using the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blush. This is in the shade Roseanne Brunch, and I think I finally hit pan. It's like really tiny, but I think I finally did it. I've been using this for freaking ever. Bronzer is the same bronzer, Flower Beauty Heat Wave. Since we already contoured, I'm just gonna do this on the perimeter of my face, and also to kind of help set that cream product down. The more product I put on, the more excited I am for trying on wedding dresses, so that's good, at least. I think I am gonna vlog the appointment, and it'll probably be on Instagram and TikTok. I don't see myself doing a long form vlog of that, so make sure you're following me on those platforms. Right now I'm just kind of blending out some creasing with my sponge because the rest of the face, the center, we have not set yet. I can't remember in the previous video I did if I sprayed this before I applied powder, but that's what we're trying today. I'm gonna concentrate this more in the T-zone. And for powder, I'm still gonna use the One Size translucent powder. We're looking a little crazy right now. Baking in the T-zone and just plain setting the places that don't get super oily. Okay, and all the hustle and bustle with the base. The brows are looking a little bit wonky, so I'm gonna try and re-gel them. It's just always this one. And I'm gonna fill them in, again, using the Kosas Brow Pop Nano. I don't think I'm gonna deviate from this brow routine on my wedding day. Don't look at me when I'm doing my brows. But if you do wanna look at me when I do my brows, I have a TikTok tutorial on my page, so check that out. I'll link it down below. All right, we're back. The brows are on. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Dibs Beauty Glow Tour blush. You guys know that this is my absolute shit. It just adds so much life back into the skin. After we powdered everything, it just it's looking a little one-dimensional. I actually don't think I'm gonna do too much highlight on my wedding day. I think this is going to be the extent of glow that I put on my cheeks. We're moving in a shadow. You guys already know Patrick Top Major Dimensions 1. I definitely think I'm using this on my wedding day. I feel like the eye makeup needs its own video. It needs several trials because I truly don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Do I go minimal? Do I go more dramatic? I don't know. And who knows, towards the end, when it gets closer to my wedding, I might just completely change my mind and get a makeup artist. Okay, we're deepening out the crease. I'm also gonna bring this on the lower lash line as well. Actually, let me get a smaller brush. We're not cutting corners on the wedding day, that's for damn sure. Also guys, I need your recommendations. I need your favorite waterproof mascara for the bottom lashes specifically. I have waterproof mascaras that I like just fine. I typically use a tubing mascara, but that's not gonna work because that's gonna right off my lashes. All right, we're getting somewhere. I'm gonna deepen it out with this chocolate shade here. I wanna keep the eye look a little bit more neutral. I don't want it to be too cool or too warm. I normally would gravitate towards a warm eyeshadow look, but I don't know, I feel like this is the one occasion where I shouldn't. Well, let me know your thoughts. Okay, I deepened out the outer corner a tiny bit with the tiny wing, and I used the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On pencil. I also tightlined with it. The last time I tightlined, it was with the Pixie pencil, and that one, it definitely transferred down here towards the end of the day, so I'm gonna try this one today. Like, you can just see between the eyes, it makes the slightest difference. I might make the wing a little bit bigger during my next trial, but for today, I'm kind of feeling this one. I'm gonna do this on this side. Okay, I did do some lash clusters off camera. I used the Be Blinky ones. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use these on the actual wedding day, but for today, they will do. I'm also gonna do some bottom mascara right now. This is the Bad Gal Bang Waterproof Mascara from Benefit. I haven't used this one in a hot second, if I'm telling the truth. Dang, I forgot how good this one is. Can you guys see the difference between my bottom lashes here? All right, and to round everything off, I think I'm gonna do the same lip combination that I did last time. This is the Milani Understatement Lip Liner in the shade Cafe au Lait. I really liked this combination last time I did it, so this is a top contender for the actual day. Also, I know I barely talked about dress shopping in this video, but that's because I really don't know what I want. My only requirement is that it's not like a ball gown silhouette, because I am super short. If you guys didn't know, I'm 4'10", so I'm like tiny. I don't want any silhouettes that are going to emphasize how short I actually am. But other than that, I'm pretty open to anything. I kind of am feeling something with sleeves, like lace sleeves, or maybe like an off-the-shoulder moment. All right, this is what everything is looking like right now. I'm gonna do one final spritz of the One Size spray. I still have to do my hair and change for my appointment, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm probably going to be doing a appointment debrief during my next Get Ready With Me, whatever that is. But make sure you guys stay tuned, and with that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, all that good, and I will see you guys in my next one.